There's a strange truth most men don't speak aloud. You are not a single fixed person. You are a mosaic. To one man, you're silent, a presence that anchors the room. To another, you're loud, the voice nobody misses if it's gone. To a neighbor, you're the guy who waves. To an ex, you're the mistake she learned from. You are 1,000 small impressions, stitched together by strangers and friends, lovers and rivals, and none of them capture the full weight of who you truly are. Think about that. The man you are at home with your family is not the same man you become under pressure in a boardroom, nor the same man who drinks alone and stares at a ceiling at 3 a.m. The version of you that laughs with brothers at the bar is not the version of you that sits quietly while a child asks for help. You change, you adapt, you survive. You wear masks not because you want to deceive, but because the world hands you costumes and tells you how to play the part. There's power and danger in that. Power because you get to choose which parts of yourself you cultivate. Danger because so much of your life will be decided by how others perceive you, often wrongly. A single moment can rewrite how a man remembers you for years. One outburst, one kindness, one leaving. Your life becomes a collection of these moments, some magnified, some buried. Most of the time you'll never know which ones mattered most to other people. So you live in fragments. You measure yourself by internal standards, while external stories demand their own version of truth. That discrepancy is a quiet war inside every man. You work to be known and respected, to be steady and honorable. But the mirror you get from the world rarely reflects who you feel yourself to be. It shows instead 1,000 different silhouettes moving across other people's memories. Some flattering, some savage, some indifferent. And the worst part, you will never fully be able to read those stories. You'll never stand in the room where people whisper about you and hear how your absence echoes. You'll never sit in your own funeral and watch faces as they choose which memories to keep. The versions of you that matter to others are sealed in their minds like letters you'll never open. There is loneliness in that realization. Not the loud, palpable kind, but a hollow, slow understanding that in many ways you are unknowable, even to yourself. That unknowability creates a form of solitude that most men don't recognize until it's heavy. It's a silence made of expectations. Other people's expectations, society's expectations, the expectations you learned to wear when you were younger. You become a collage of roles: provider, protector, lover, friend. And each role asks for a version of you that may contradict another. The provider must be calm. The friend can be blunt. The lover needs to be tender. Juggling those versions demands energy, and over time, the cost is high. Most men respond in one of two ways. Some harden. They pick a side of themselves and armor it. They decide to be the stoic one, the successful one, the man whose image is easy to sell. They give the world what it wants because it's safer. The danger here is the loss of subtlety. become predictable. Your range narrows, and the parts of you that could have surprised and uplifted others are left in the dark. The man who signs away his full range of emotion for the illusion of control finds himself lonely even in crowds. Others dissolve. They try to be everything for everyone and end up being no one for themselves. They bend and twist like a reed in a river until identity washes away. This man loses center. He becomes reactionary, driven by the last mirror he saw. One day he is a hero in one story and a villain in the next, and both versions confuse him. He chases approval and drowns in contradiction. The real answer is harder. It's about clarifying what matters and then living that truth consistently across the rooms of your life. That doesn't mean wearing the same face everywhere. It means carrying the same backbone. Integrity is less about performance and more about alignment. When what you believe, what you say, and what you do line up, the noise of other people's stories loses power. You can still be many things to many people, but you remain one man to yourself, and that is a dangerous, liberating advantage. This work requires courage. It demands the willingness to be misunderstood. It demands the humility to admit where you've been wrong. It demands the stubbornness to act in a way that might not always be celebrated, but will be consistent. Most men fail here because they fear the temporary cost more than they value the long-term peace of being whole. They choose applause over alignment. They choose the easy story other people prefer. And then they wonder why, after decades, they feel like a stranger to themselves. So what do you do with the fact that you are 1,000 different stories? You own it. You accept that people will remember parts, and some will get it wrong. You do the deeper work. You become a man who writes his own chapters instead of only reacting to how others write them. You start small. You speak the truth where it matters. You keep your word when no one's watching. You show up to the hard conversations, and you stay when others would walk away. These acts, repeated, begin to compress the scatter into coherence. Practice choosing the version of you that serves others and serves the man you want to be. Let your actions create a through line. If you want to be remembered as honorable, practice honor in small, costly ways. Keep promises. Make sacrifices that won't be applauded. Protect those who can't repay you. If you want to be remembered as brave, do things that expose fear and keep going. If you want to be remembered as kind, choose kindness in private as well as in public. Let your life be a controlled burn, purposefully set to clear the underbrush so the real forest can grow. And accept that some men will still miscast you. That's fine. The goal isn't to control every narrative. The goal is to build a backbone so strong that false stories don't crack your spine. When you are grounded, the noise becomes just noise, not a verdict. You stop pleasing the crowd because you are serving a higher standard, the standard you set for yourself. There's also responsibility in this. You are part of other men's stories too. To younger men who watch you, you are a chapter in their formation. Be deliberate with that power. Show them how to live when obligations pile up, when grief lands, when temptation screams. Be the kind of man who seeds clarity, not confusion. Teach them how to carry the weight of being many things without losing themselves. Finally, understand this. Some of the greatest freedom a man can claim is the freedom to be chosen. Choose who you want to be. Choose the stories you are willing to live into. Make choices that one day, when someone mentions your name, they will tell a story that aligns with the man you had the courage to be. You cannot read all the versions people hold of you, but you can write the version that matters most, the one you're proud to leave behind. Stop drifting through other people's stories. Start writing your own. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe.